how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. Kick back, relax, daddy's here. Grab yourself a beverage. Kick back, relax, put your feet up, take a load off. Daddy's here, and we're going to get into the grits and gravy of this video. You like this little cute little, haircut? Little moment? You like these little muscles? These little muscles daddy's got going on? Going on vacation, when I have my little beach body ready, just kind of busting out, busting out of the tank top, just like casual. Anyway, yeah, I'm going away for 2 weeks where, we don't have to get specific. We don't have to get into the specifics of where I will be in the Pacific, but it's gonna be sandy beach vibes, okay? I don't really feel like it's a vacation unless I go to the beach. Do you know what I mean? When people go on vacation and they're like, we're going skiing. I'm like, why? It's cold. No, I need a beach. I need an ocean, honey, and I need sand. So yeah, that's where I'll be. I'll try and do a video. I don't know if we're gonna have internet at the resort. I looked online and it said that it would. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited. It's my dad's 70th birthday, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited because there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of construction going on in my apartment complex area right now. That's fine. Listen, I live in the city. So when you live in the city, you're gonna have, it's gonna be noisy, right? And that's fine. Look, I've lived in Manhattan, I lived in New York. Noise is not something that bothers me. I just pop my headphones in and I'm pretty good at just tuning it all out. But what really gets up my goat, how to say, something that's really bothersome to me and kind of irritating is people asking me questions. I know that I have these videos and I share a lot, but I also don't. I'm a pretty private person. I share as much as I want to, and then I leave kind of the rest as sort of mystery. But I am kind of an open book, and I will eventually, when I feel the time is right, talk about things when I'm ready, right? When I'm ready. So I'm just a private person. I know it sounds like a contradiction because I have a YouTube channel. I talk a lot about things, but it's really more insight that I share on here and less personal stuff. But we can get personal if you want to. Just let me know. Comment below. But really though, they're all up in my grill. They're all up in my grill. How to say, they ask me a lot of questions, which I'm what is this? Is this an auditing process? Who sent you? Are you working for the mafia? Is that why you're asking me 20 questions? Why are you asking me 20 questions? That's not your job. Are you collecting information to sell to somebody out there? What is going on? I walk out and obviously the workers have seen me enough times to know that I live here. And they're yeah. One day, one of the guys was so do you work on the evenings, do you? Do you work evenings? And I was no. And he was oh, okay. And I said, have a lovely day, sir. And I walked off. And then I come back. Because I don't know where I went. Maybe to the gym, or maybe I went to like get some groceries. I don't know. I see him again. He's like, oh, so you must work weekends then. And I'm like, no, I don't work weekends. The balconies are looking great though. And I think he was kind of like, what's going on here? My friend Hannah, my best friend Hannah, she calls it an audit. People are auditing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize this was an audit. I thought you were just here to like I didn't realize that I had to like answer. Like, I don't have to answer to you. Like, listen, I'm from New York, as I already mentioned. Like I said, I'm from New York. So there are just certain like things that I'm used to in New York, and then I come back to New Zealand and I see things like real different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in New York, rule number one, mind your fucking business. Mind your business, okay? Like, unless things are a direct threat to you, like directly threatening you or directly threatening people around you, that's when you step in and do something. But like when I meet a person, it's like, it's a big faux pas. It's a big no-no in New York when you meet a person for the first time to ask them right off the bat, what do you do for a living? What's your job? That's a big no-no. People who do that in New York are usually from New Jersey. Have you noticed? They have no class and they have no decorum, okay? Social decorum in New York is very much like, I've met a person, right? I've met a person and we're talking and we're vibing and I'm just trying to get an idea of whether I like them or not. I'm like, that's very New York. Like, you don't ask a person right off the bat, what's your job? What's your social status? What do you do for a living? Like, that's like, it's a big no-no because it doesn't matter. That's like secondary. What's primary is that I'm trying to understand if I like you or not. I'm trying to pick up on your energy. I'm trying to pick up on your vibe. I'm trying to understand the essence of who you are as a person. And then if I give a fuck, then I'm going to like ask those questions. Those questions are going to come, but they will be like addressed later in the conversation when it just kind of comes up. And I think that is how elegant, classy, evolved, that's how they do it, is that it's very like what you're not what you do for a living. You are not your job. And I get really annoyed at people who take a huge sense of identity from their work, because it's like, yeah, my work is what I do to pay my bills and to like house me and to like feed myself, but it's not, there's like, I'm like a multifaceted human being and you're trying to put me in a box. You're trying to like just like put me in this box. And it's also like, there was like another woman like that's around and she's always asking me like, what are you up to? What are you up to? What are you up to? And I'm kind of sidestepping and evading the question because in my mind, I'm thinking like, you're just trying to understand if you're better than me. That's like, when you're asking it in this like invasive kind of way, it's like, here's the social hierarchy and you're trying to figure out where I fall on the pyramid, right? Like, you're trying to figure out where does Amity live on the pyramid? On the pyramid, where is he? Is he at the bottom or is he at the top? And for me, it's like, it doesn't matter where I am. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I could be, but it's like, after living this experience as a New Yorker for so long and being like used to like it being this kind of way, I come back here and I say hello to people, and the second question out of their mouth is, what do you do for work? It's like, I find it, like, it's none of your fucking business what I do for work, quite frankly. It's none of your fucking business. And asking if I work evenings and asking if I work weekends is like, it's very like prostitute coded. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, are you a gigolo? Is that what you're asking me? Are you asking if I'm a gigolo? Is that what you're asking me? Because that's what it feels like you're asking me. And I said this to Hannah, because Hannah's the, I don't think I'm crazy with this, because Hannah is one of the most successful people I know. She's a crown prosecutor. She's just bought her own like apartment, 3-bedroom. That's a huge accomplishment for one person in Auckland City. This is one of the toughest real estate markets in the world. She's amazing at her job. She puts criminals behind bars. She's like got a lot going on for her, and she's the same. And she's actually Hannah is one of the classiest people I know. And even she gets upset when people conduct this audit. It's an audit. We call it the audit. She calls it the audit. So I've taken it from her. But it's like, yeah, why are we doing this? Why? Even at the most successful, and like, I've done things in my life. I don't feel like I gotta like list my resume to people to know that I've done stuff in my life. It's just like, even she is like, yeah, I don't like it when people ask me those questions. I don't like it when people ask me those questions. I'm like, I don't like it either. I think it's really rude. I don't know. Perhaps I'm thinking too much into it, but this lady who like keeps grilling me and asking me, you know, the one that's around, I finally told her what I'm up to just to shut her up. And when I tell you, she ended that conversation so fast. Like, the look on her face was like, it was not pleasant. It was like, I was like, see, this is why I didn't want to tell you what I'm up to and what I'm doing, because I knew that you're one of those coveting types. And I knew that you're seeing where I fall on the social hierarchy ladder. And now that you've seen that I'm not down here, I'm actually up there, now you're upset. Or you're giving me some type of weird energy, okay? Like, oh, and I'm a very sensitive person, so I can't actually take on board a lot. I don't want to take on that like coveting, like, you can keep it. And this is why I don't talk about it, because like when I talk about what I'm up to and what I'm doing, it's like really upsetting for people. I don't know, yeah. So that's that. I will share with you guys what I'm up to and what I'm doing when the time is right, okay? I think what we just, you know, it's a little bit like love and a relationship. Are you listening, Crush Watch? Are you listening? It's like, I'm in the very beginning, early stages of doing and embarking on a journey that is exciting, but also it's not going to be easy. And it's a little bit like love, right? Like, when you have a relationship or you're seeing somebody new and you think that it has a lot of potential, you think it can really go the distance, you're going to protect it. Do you understand? You're going to protect your love. It's like a plant, right? You've got your pot, you've got your soil, you dig a little bit, you plant your seed, put the little soil back on top, a little debris, whatever you feel like, and then you put it away in the shade, right? Like, you don't bring it out to sunlight immediately. You give it a little bit of sunlight, but you keep it close to your heart and you keep it precious, because that's what it is, and that's what love is. Love is precious, and you should protect it when you have it. If you bring it out too soon, it might not be able to handle the light of day. Do you understand? So I'm at this stage, right, of the beginning of a professional decision, a professional career, where I'm still fostering it. It's still behind closed doors, and it still needs to be nurtured and grown. And when I feel like the roots are strong enough, and the trunk is strong enough, and the leaves, there are enough of them, then I will bring it out to the sunlight, and I will let everybody know what I'm up to and what I'm doing. It's just not that's just not where I'm at right now. Yeah. And there are a few people that are very, 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 very close to me that know what I'm doing and what I'm up to and all of this and all of that. What you need to know and what you need to understand is that I have a plan. And it's going to take up some time, obviously, to build things. But I do have a plan, and I do intend to execute, and I do feel like a sense of purpose in my life. I do feel like I have a sense of purpose in my life, which has admittedly been a while. It has been a while since I've felt that. So maybe that's why I'm so sensitive to this question, is that I'm a little bit like, I've only just figured it out, and I attract a lot of jealousy into my life. I do. When you, when you hot and pop and you got it going on, you're gonna get a lot of haters, like, period. So I don't want those evil eyes on me. I don't want people giving me any type of weird energy. I would really rather not. And this is like different from, and that's how I feel about like love and relationships. That's how I feel about like significant life decisions, is like, you just kind of like, you nurture it first before you bring it to sunlight. It's different when you have already grown roots and a trunk and leaves, right? So like my crush, he's very vocal about his accomplishments and what he wants to achieve, right? But he's also like 10 years down the road into a very successful career. So, I mean, 10, 12, I don't know, but it's not the beginning stages. He's at a point now where like, you've done all the hard work, you've done all the hard work never ends, obviously, but you've done the majority of the building, that you can come out to the sunlight and you can speak things into existence. I think that's actually a really powerful part of manifestation, is to speak things into existence. And that's where he's at. But like I said, his career, it has roots. It has healthy soil. It's got a good tree trunk, and it's got leaves. So yeah, absolutely. Go out there and tell the world what you want to do. Because again, manifestation, speaking things into existence. I'm not at that stage of my journey yet where I feel I can speak things into existence. But trust me, when I am, y'all will be the first to know. Y'all will be the first to know. I'm just at a stage of my life right now where like, I needed to like skip a beat, and I really needed to heal. I needed to heal from a lot of different things. But just know that this year has been a big year of like healing for me, and a big year of just getting my bearings. I've been living overseas for 15 years. I'm coming back into my family situation. It takes a little bit of adjusting, and I haven't been brave with confronting a lot of the things that I've been running away from, but I didn't even really realize that I was running away from them. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, it comes back to like the subconscious mind and our behavior and how we treat others, and how that is really a manifestation of our subconscious mind. I'm getting very deep, and like this year has been a year of unpacking. It has been a year of healing. It has been a year of realigning. It has been a year of sobriety, truly, because like, how can I heal and realign and find my bearings and figure out the dynamics between me and my family members when I'm drunk, or I'm like, like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So that's why I've just like completely I've really taken it quite seriously. Like, this is not like a joke. I really had to confront some parts of myself that I've been running away from confronting. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. That's actually really hard. It's really hard to do. I think that I was called to come home by the universe, and I'm glad that I listened. It's very astrological. It's very astrological. Like, Pluto was finishing up in Capricorn, and I had one more year to settle this. And I think the spirit world and the other realms and the other side, the lineage, I think they were all like, no, he needs to come home and he needs to figure this out and he needs to settle it, because if he doesn't do it during this transit, it is never going to happen. So I literally might have just got it all done in time, like a crash course of 1 year, figuring it all out. I did it all, and I finally decided within the last week of Pluto being in Capricorn, the last week, this is a 20-year cycle. Like, Pluto is in a sign for 15 to 20 years. So like, it's within the last week that I really got to a place where I was like, no, like, I'm good. Like, I feel like I have a direction in my life. I feel like I've healed these relationships. I feel like I'm like mentally, physically, emotionally very strong. Like, I feel, and then I made this decision on the full moon in Taurus. The full moon in Taurus, I made a big decision to cement myself with like stability and abundance. Yeah. And here's the thing about me. I can take a while to decide something, but once I've decided what I'm doing, I'm very committed. I'm very, 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 very committed. I do follow through. So yeah, that's what's been going on this past week. It's been crazy. Pluto is the planet of like death, destruction, and rebirth. Pluto is the gateway to the underworld. It's a powerful planet, and it was in Capricorn. And my Saturn is Capricorn. My 10th house, which is, Capricorn ruled, houses my Cancer. So Cancer, family, right? Childhood. So a lot of that stuff over the past 15 years has been like recurring themes. And I finally settled it, which is awesome. And I finally figured out my direction, which is awesome. It was a big week. Shall I wrap up with Crush Watch? What to say? I feel like I spent 15 minutes in the last video talking about him. Baby boy, you do not have to worry about this stuff ever going viral. I am censored quite heavily on every single app. I'm censored on X, I'm censored on Instagram, I'm censored on, so don't worry. No one's ever gonna see these. But yeah, I mean, he's about, the season's over. He's got a couple of exhibitions. He's going to have a cute vacation with his homies. I hope he has the best time. And yeah. God, do I want to say it? I want to be consistent. Okay, I want to be a consistent person. So I don't want to say something and then not deliver, right? But I am really trying hard to get to the next major. Yeah, I've booked flights. The tickets are not cheap, but I'm working on it. So I don't want to promise anything, because I think there's nothing worse than like saying you're going to do something and then not doing it. I feel like that's a real, talk about a faux pas. But before I embark on this journey, which will take up a few years, I just want to see him. I just want to see him do his thing. And even if I'm up in the nosebleed seats and I'm not anywhere close to him, I just want to see him. I just want to see him. At first I was like, maybe I'll keep it a surprise. But I was like, no, I think he should know that I'm planning on it. Maybe it'll be a little bit of motivation during, I don't know. I don't think he needs any more motivation. I think he's good. But he works so hard, and I hope he has a great amount of rest and recuperates and enjoys his time with his family. I can really see that he loves to be at home. He's going, yeah, I've looked at the star charts, you know, he's never going to leave that town. Yeah, like he's born there, he'll live there, he'll die there. So, you know, like, and I think that's really beautiful. Maybe things will change, you never really know. And that, you know, we have free will. But I do foresee, in the same way that I think that his coach will be his coach for his whole career, I think it's the same thing with where he lives. Like, his north node, which is us at our highest frequency, right? Us at our happiest, us at our, it's what we've been brought here to do. Do you understand? That's your life's purpose. His north node is in the 4th house. So 4th house is Cancer. 4th house, the home life. Yeah. So that's like him in his element. Yeah. He's in his element when he's at home. So enjoy it. Enjoy being at home and enjoy time with your friends. And I'm excited, as we all are, Alka Nation. We're all excited to see where you end up on vacation, obviously. I'll try to keep my tabs on you while I'm overseas. If I have the choice between like uploading a video and like checking in on him, like I'll probably check in on him. I don't know. He brightens my day. He does. To see him smiling brightens my day. And his idol retired, and his last practice ever was with his idol's last practice ever before his last match ever was with Baby Boy. And I think that was really special. And it goes back to that thing that he said about not understanding the magnitude of a moment until much later. But that's really special. That's really special that he did that. And I did put up my little Instagram post. I hope you liked it. That's a special man. I mean, that's a special man right there. You don't become the best of all time. You know, The Boat. Saw that reference. Loved it. Saw it on the tennis channel. I was like, oh, okay. All right. There's the greatest of all time, and then there's the best of all time. And the greatest of all time goes by the stats. But the best of all time, like, yeah, we get to choose who we think the best is. So he's The Boat. He's the best of all time. And I know there was like a little bit of friction, obviously, in the practice. Segundo, 3 segundos. Soy ahí. Wait, what did he say? I need to look it up. I probably butchered it. I'm brushing up on my Spanish. I'm brushing up on it. But it was something to the effect of, but when it's me. But if it's me, right? But if it's me. And obviously, I find that kind of stuff funny. I just find it funny because it's like the egos are coming out to play, obviously. But you know, it's hard. It's hard. I know he knows inside himself that practice was probably very emotional for his idol, you know? So don't take it personal. And I know he doesn't. He's smart. He doesn't need me to explain this. He gets it. He gets it as well as he can right now at this age and at this point of his career. I think he will understand it even better when, in 20 years time, when his career is coming to a close, right? Which is like so long, like it's very long down the road. But it's like he said, you can't contextualize things. You can't understand the magnitude of a moment until years down the road. It's like that. Like, I think when he's starting to get to that point in his career, which, you know, is a very long time away. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it's a very long time away. But like, that's, I think, yeah, there are just sometimes things that we can't understand until we have enough life lived to contextualize. Yes. And that's just youth, you know? That's just youth. I don't understand a lot of things back when I was in my 20s, and then I got older and I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. An example, a silly example, is like the eyebrows that meet, you know? Like, I had, you know, I had eyebrows that meet, and I was really self-conscious of it. And I was like, oh my God, like, my parents wouldn't let me pluck it. They would not let me pluck it. They were like, I don't even know why. But when I went to college, obviously, I tweezed it at 18. And then, as I've gotten older, I've been like, I think I kind of like that look. I think I kind of like that. And it's not, like, do what you want to do with your appearance. I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. But it's that thing of, like, my eyebrows don't meet anymore. I've tweezed them so much that they don't. But I do sometimes miss it because I look back and I'm like, yeah, no, like, it was kind of hot. It was giving, like, fertility vibes. It was giving, like, regeneration. Like, the body's young and the body's resilient and the body, like, you know. And I actually posted that on X, and then, like, literally the next day, he had tweezed it. Which is fine. You do what you want to do. You do what makes you feel good. You know, I'm not going to judge. I think you could shave both your eyebrows off and I'll still find you sexy, babe. Don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, please don't. But I'm just saying, you could, and it'll still get up for you. I'm telling you. It'll still work. But enjoy yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy yourself. And yeah, it's hard. Retirement is hard. Athletes don't retire because they want to. They retire because they have to. Yeah. If, like, and sport, for any athlete, that's their first love. That's their first love, bro. Like, Lord knows I hung on way too long myself. But your sport is your first love. It is. And that's why I have such a, like, I have such a deep understanding of that. Having lived it. Your sport is your first love. And you give your life to it, you know? And when it comes to a close, there's no preparing for it. It doesn't matter how many therapist appointments you go to. It doesn't matter how many counselors you speak to. It doesn't matter how many sports psychologists. It does not matter. It will still be difficult because what you're reconciling is the betrayal of your body. Your body is betraying you. As you get older, your body just betrays you. And it's not that the mind is not there. It's not that the spirit isn't there. It's not that the heart is not there. All of those parts want it, but when your body's not there, that is a hard thing to accept. That is a hard thing to accept. To have that honest conversation with yourself and say, like, I want to, I really, 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 really want to. I'd love to, but I know that I can't. Oh! No one really knows how that feels other than an athlete. No one's gonna know what that feels like. Baby, I'll look after your heart. You know, you're a respectful young gentleman. You're just a little feisty sometimes, and I like it. I can be feisty a little bit too, but I'll be nice to you. I'll be mostly consistent. with a few surprises here and there. Anyway, I looked away. I was like, I spoke about him for so long, and then I go on for 15 minutes, but I could talk about him forever. I'm sorry, but this haircut and this skin glowing and this body, come on, what's not to love? What's not to love? What's not to love? On that note, I gotta go. I love you guys. Thanks for checking in. I will, hopefully, next time I see you, I'll be in paradise.